Hey guys, how's it going? Mike the Gaming Dad here and welcome back to the channel. In this video I wanted to show you how to get the strongest two-handed weapon in the game, which is the inspiration for my next build guide which I'm currently working on for you. And by strongest I mean has the highest base damage across two-handed weapons at 29 points. To find this weapon we need to come to this cave, which judging by the blood and the dead deer has some kind of animal or creature inside. And this cave is hard to just stumble across. It's right here towards the bottom right corner of the map. This is Crystal Drift Cave. Let's take a look inside. On entry for the first time the cave will be filled with wolves, which the player will have to deal with. Once you deal with the animal problem we can take a look around. Now this isn't a new location in Skyrim, however with the introduction of Saints and Seducers the location was modified. On the central rock will be this dead elf, Gadnor, and he doesn't appear to be carrying anything that exciting on him, but he does have a unique staff though, Gadnor's Staff of Charming. The first time I did this quest I did in fact stumble on this location by accident, so I'm showing you it this way as well, but there is another way of coming to this location via a note which I'll show later on. Anyway, in the opposite corner will be a shrine of Kinnereth and a journal, Gadnor's Last Wishes. Gadnor, my trusted friend and companion, has been laid to rest. I have built a shrine to watch over him and bring peace to weary travellers. Of the few riches Gadnor possessed in life, his most prized was a warhammer made of jagged crystal he famously won in a coin toss. After months of research he came to believe this hammer was some sort of otherworldly treasure. Shortly before his passing, it was his last wish that it be hidden away until one who has walked the Shivering Isles emerges to retrieve it. I have followed his instructions to the letter and a powerful illusion spell now obscures it. To break the spell one must first acquire pieces of what supposedly make up the weapon itself, amber and madness ore. Such things, if they actually exist, would be great treasures in their own right. If the enchantment is correct, only by placing the ores into the embers near Gadnor's body will the spell be broken. If Gadnor is not mad, perhaps one day this peerless weapon will find its way into worthy hands once again. And reading this journal will start a miscellaneous quest, obtain amber and obtain madness ore. Now if you haven't actually started the Saints and Seducers quest, this could be confusing. Where do I get these items? And the best place for them is Resad, but you won't have them yet. Head to him and say I've heard you've been running into trouble along the roads to receive a note from him, and this will start the quest, Balance of Power. The note details two groups giving Resad trouble, the Saints and the Seducers. The Saints camp is located here, southwest of Whiterun, and once at this camp you'll need to kill the bandit leader.
I can take you.
That ought to do it. And the bandit will be carrying two notes. The one regarding the blacksmith is an offshoot if you ever want to be able to craft your own Saints and Seducers armour. The one we need is her journal which details where the Saints leader's camp is. But first we'll deal with the Seducers camp, and this is located here northwest of Windhelm. Again, approach the camp and kill the leader, and they'll also be carrying a journal detailing where the leader of the Seducers camp is. Now at this location is where a note regarding Crystal Drift Cave is, and it can be completely missed in the quest, which I did the first time. In this knapsack will be a note on hidden treasure. An exotic treasure you say, interesting. Now let's find Svarig and Kinthel's camps. Svarig's isn't far from where we are. Deal with him in any way you see fit. A warhammer to the back of the head should do the trick. And wouldn't you know it, another journal. We now first hear of another character, Thorin, a powerful conjurer who's buying the Saints and Seducers' wares. But where are these sewers Thorin is holed up in? Now let's head to the final bandit camp, that of Kinthel, leader of the Saints, which is over in the Reach, halfway between Markarth and Solitude. Reading Kinthel's journal we learn that Thorin is in Solitude and he recently bought a sword from them. Now because we've removed the Saints and Seducers problem, you can return to Resad and complete the Balance of Power quest.
The road makes this one weary. Excellent. And now, please, accept this token of appreciation.
But this is only half of the puzzle. We need to complete restoring order, so off to Solitude we go. It's such an odd location this, hidden beneath the city of Solitude. But hard to miss this entrance. Once inside, prepare yourself. It has more than its fair share of these weird looking nymphs and a few burnt spriggans too, and all will attack on sight, so get swinging. At the end of the tunnels we find Thoron. Now I highly recommend saving at this point, and this guy is nasty. He's got high HP, hits like a truck, he can teleport and summon saints and seducers to keep your attention. But once you beat him, take the sword, the journal reference, which will complete the quest. And in Thoron's room we find this weird looking amber piece, which isn't actually what we need, and one madness ore, which we do need. The sword and the amber is used to trade with someone called Starder, but we aren't interested in that offshoot quest, we need the amber. If you head to Reset now both quests are done, his inventory will be stocked with both amber and madness ore. A lot of sources state that once you receive a note from a courier stating Reset as new wares, you can get the amber and madness ore, but I've tested this and you can get the items before you receive the note as soon as both quests are done. But now we have the materials, let's head back to Crystal Drift Cave. Place both materials near Gadnor's resting place to break the illusion spell and the weapon will be revealed. And here she is, Nerveshatter. As soon as you collect it, you'll be attacked by a saint and a seducer, so give your new weapon a test drive. And this is what your prize looks like. I mean, 10 out of 10 on the visuals. The cave we're in is quite dark. Let's just spin the camera around and look at it with the light coming from the entrance. And now you can see it shining in all its glory. I do love this weapon. As well as having the highest base game damage, Nerveshatter also has a shock enchantment, which I think is the same as the Of Storms enchantment, so reasonably powerful. And to improve the weapon we need refined amber, which is gained by combining 2 amber at a smelter. And the weapon does benefit from smithing perks as well, which is good. With the Daedric smithing perk you'll be able to improve this weapon twice as much and take it to legendary. Now we mean business. Should we tackle a few bandit camps?
Fight! Impressive. Outstanding. Fatality.
Bad time to get lost, friend.
Finish her! Brutality. Excellent.